Hello everyone, Scott here from Pillow. I'm in the recording studio. This is actually the first podcast we've done from the new studio. I've done lots of filming on the other side, but the little interview area is the first time. I am here with Kayla. Kayla is a fantastic member of the Pillow Partners team, and I want her to share a story. So this one is all about Kayla and the fundraising she was doing at the weekend. Now, if you followed me, you know I was live all day on Sunday at every single mile marker, sharing what we were doing, and we were raising funds for our charity, Pillow Safe Havens. And you would have seen the pictures. We did different distances. Myself, Edith, Kat, and Emma all did that to raise money for Pillow Safe Havens. Different distances. Emma and I walked 23 miles. But what you wouldn't have seen is Kayla, because Kayla was walking it with us, but for a different charity. We were very selfishly doing it for Pillow Safe Havens, the charity attached to Pillow, but Kayla was doing it for something closer to her heart. So she was part of the team, and I felt a little bit guilty because I was sharing our challenge and our walking, but Kayla did it as well. She wasn't there at the end for the pictures, but her cause in some ways was even better than what we were walking for. So when I heard what Kayla was doing, I had to get her to come on and share what she did. So how are your legs feeling after the kilt walk?
Yeah, so I'm a lot better today, but on Monday it was extremely sore. Tuesday it was a lot better. It was just my ankle, but today I'm a lot better. I did the 23 miles.
Yep.
So I did it for Glasgow Children's Hospital. So this one is a lot closer to my heart because so my friend Georgie was diagnosed with cancer, a rare form of bone cancer, which is called Ewing sarcoma. She's 15. She was diagnosed in December, and we were raising funds for them because Glasgow Children's Hospital are a great charity. They've been helping Georgie and all of her family with various different things. So since, believe it or not, since December when Georgie got diagnosed, she's been doing all sorts of different fundraisings for the Glasgow Children's Hospital and for the Skellhatton ward, which is like the teenage cancer ward, and she's been doing stuff for Marion's House as well. They're also a great charity. They help like with they're almost like similar to Callum's Cabins,
Yep.
where they're at like a hospice. They help with like house families when like nearer to the hospital, that kind of stuff, which is amazing. But I did it with my mum. I did it with Georgie's older sister, Megan, and I did it with my mum's other friend, Claire. So it was a great day. We raised quite a lot of money.
How much?
I think we're nearly at the £2,000.
Fantastic.
On our Just Giving. It's like a Just Giving, but it's like me, me, Megan, my mum, and Claire are all on it. So we've all been like, it's like equally together. So we're at the £2,000 mark. My mum also done a raffle, like a drinks hamper raffle.
Yep.
That went pretty quickly as well for raising money for the kilt walk. I know that Georgie's been doing loads of different fundraising raffles, like quite a lot, which is amazing. It's a shame, obviously she is only 15. But yeah, it was good, and they made us at the finish line.
So tell us about that. So this was a story, and we were all fundraisers at Pillow. We all have our own causes, but when you told me this story, you were out raising money, and again, it's a long slog, the kilt walk. For those that don't know, it's a charity walk, the kilt walk. So people do it in kilts, but it's all focused on charity. I believe there was 14,000 people doing Glasgow. It was sold out, so a very, very busy day. People of all abilities, and there's 3 different levels. Kayla is a hero and did the longer level. So that was the 23. There was a 15 and a wee wander for the kids, which is a few miles. So it's not an easy thing. I didn't train for it this year, but I have the last.
I didn't train either.
You walked for what, 8-9 hours?
8 hours. It was just about 8 hours. Because we started about 8:30 and we finished between 4:30 and 5. So it was just over 8 hours, which was great. But which was even better was at the finish, Georgie and her family met us at the finish line. I've got a couple of photos as well.
Nice.
But it just made, like, because she was there, it just made you feel as if you were impacting on someone.
Definitely.
So yeah.
We said earlier, one of the things we do at Safe Havens, all the money goes to people that we know, to community causes we know. I'm not one for supporting. There's thousands of pounds raised to go overseas. Who knows where it goes? Who knows whose director's salary it's paying? Whose leased Mercedes or fancy car or somebody high administration costs? What we do here is we know where the money's going. So that was going to that young lady. I just explain to the audience, 15-year-olds, you'd expect somebody to be fit and healthy and starting off their life, but give us a little bit more details about the unfortunate condition that she was suffering from that you're raising money for.
So it's Ewing sarcoma. So it's a bone cancer. It's a very aggressive bone cancer. It has spread a little bit, which is unfortunate. But she's been through a lot of chemotherapy and stuff like that, and I do believe she has to get a little more and everything like that. So it was first in her leg, and then it spread to her other leg and stuff in her back. But it's such a shame. But she is powering through it. Like the amount of fundraising she's doing, she's like, I just can't believe how much she's kind of took it on the chin. Like, she's doing amazing.
I'm going to pull on your heartstrings a bit here, guys. For MD in business or self-development, or any entrepreneurs out there, or MD, there's one of the most famous books on influence and communications is Robert Cialdini, but Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. And I was listening to that on the way in, and it was talking about fundraisers actually, and they always start on the phone by saying, "Hi, how are you doing this evening?" And people would answer, "I'm doing fantastic." "Are you well? Is life good?" "Yes, life is good." And I'm going to ask you guys that. Is life good? How is life for you? And most answer is yes, life is fantastic. And the fundraisers then go on to tie people into commitment, because as soon as you answer life is good, and then they say, "Would you be willing to help a young 15-year-old girl with cancer?" Then I'm going to use my new skills of influence from Robert Cialdini, one of the best kind of persuasion books in the market. So I'm going to ask you, is life good for you? Is your life better than being a 15-year-old going through chemotherapy and the trials that would be with cancer? And if your life is better, could you spare a few pounds to help Kayla and Kayla's cause? It's going to go to the Glasgow Children's Charity and a specific ward.
Well, so we have been so Georgie's been raising funds for different charities within the Glasgow Hospital. But for us, for the Kit Walk, we've been raising funds for Glasgow Children's Hospital charity. So it's that one specifically that I'm raising funds for.
Cool. So listen, guys, I'm using that influence book and the fundraisers that they did psychological studies on. How is life for you? Is it better than perhaps that young lady and many, many others in that ward? And what's a few pounds? It's a Costa or a Starbucks. Could you not get a croissant? Could you not get a coffee? Could you give that to help young children? Listen, guys, I hate asking for money. The charity side of Pillow, it's what we do. It's my duty and it's my cause to do that. So if it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable, me asking, are you doing better than a young 15-year-old with bone cancer and going through chemotherapy? Well, why not help other children like that? So thank you for watching. I wanted to share that story. It would have been an injustice of me to be sharing that I've done the Kilt Walk, taking the pictures, that we've raised money for Safe Havens, when that is equally, if not a better story than anything we were raising money for the Kilt Walk. We'll share what we are doing with our funds, but Kayla walking for 8 hours, doing the long one with her family, and again meeting that young girl at the end who came to see would have been super, super special. So we'll make sure we share the media for that. We'll share the Just Giving links. So yeah, thank you for that. I thought that was an amazing story, much more powerful than what we did, because we just went through, had a little bit of fun, and we are going to distribute distribute that to our charities. But guys, it just does make you think. You think life's great, and then you hear of somebody that you know or a family you know affected by these things.
Thank you for letting me share.
Not a problem. And there's Richard saying thank you. Respect what you're doing, Kayla. In some ways, it's hard to watch. Listen, guys, I know that, and I'm very obviously saying the influence from Robert Cialdini, that book, and the psychological tactics to get people to maybe feel a bit of compassion and empathy. It's a fast-paced world. Every day we click, we watch. We don't watch to the end. We don't care. We're on to the next new YouTube short or TikTok. If Kayla can walk for 8 hours, can we spare a wee £5 to help that charity? We'll put the Just Giving links in. So, yeah, Richard says thank you very much. He respects all your hard work.
Oh, thank you so much.
Richard says he does so little, but guys, Richard, you don't. You've shared our links. You've shared our links a few times, Richard. You've went on to facilitate other people helping us. So you've saved life. Final comment from Richard. We do take our good health for granted. My wife was in hospital. Hope you don't mind me sharing this, Richard. Past week in oxygen with pneumonia. Listen, out of COVID, there's people that were fit and fighting healthy, and then the next day things happen. So, yeah, hospitals is a place I do not like going. I've never been in hospital in 20 years. But I am very lucky. We take our health for granted, Richard. You're 100% right. So feel very humble, Bragg Broadcast. No, you've done your part, Richard, by supporting us and Safe Havens. So final thank you to Kayla for her hard work. I'll make sure the team put the links in here, guys. A little £5, or even sharing that link with your audience. If you can't afford it, you don't need to be pressured to do it, but please share awareness. And I think this is a nice, amazing story, and good will come out of it. So thank you very much for watching.
Thank you so
Kayla.
much.
Cheers.